Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the mines. I hope everybody are doing fan-freaking-tastic. Just look at this thing that we have created over the course of the past 2 episodes. It's pretty mega, it's pretty insane. I am super happy with this. Of course, there are still a lot of things that we gotta do, and a lot of those things I hope to get done today. But I mean, it's just, I'm so happy we did this. I'm so happy we have this sort of outpost base or whatever. Anyway, so last episode we finished up the minecarts, except for the rails, the tunnels leading all the way down to this epic super mine, which is actually going to be, and I can't stress this enough because it's important, it's actually going to be a proper mine. A lot of things that I've been thinking about since then. I think I, in places, want to open this up a lot more. So, like, opening it up like that and having a little bit less cobblestone, basically. Because I think it will look even more epic if you can sort of see the rail as you go down here. But yeah, that's one of the things that I've been thinking about. And then I've been thinking about what do we want in our mine. And I think it's very important, of course, that we have a storage system for all the stuff that we are mining. Maybe even a storage system that can hold massive amount of quantities and that's easy to manage, easy to bring back to the ocean. Because obviously this is actually like 3,000 blocks away from home. So it is going to be a bother to bring stuff back and forth. But we really don't have a choice because of how the chunks are generated, and the original chunks loaded in that first version when we started the server had the bad ore generation. So we gotta do the mine over here. But anyway, today though, we gotta work out a way for the minecart to like come down here and sit properly, like maybe have a minecart loader or something. The minecart is mainly gonna be for players, but like I'm thinking in theory, or not in theory, but like if you think story-wise, the minecart may be for sending stuff back up. So maybe we'll just put some decorative minecarts on, with a chest like that guy there from the mineshaft. I think that's very, just looks very good, right? And one of the issues with this, I should say, is the fact that the minecart track is kind of ending in the middle of things, because we got to go this way for mining. So we got a choice here. We could either just skip this entire area, which wouldn't make sense with a mine shaft, or we could try and work around this. Maybe the minecart can come down in the middle, and if I go, I need to move this beacon though, but I don't want to do that until I've dug out things. But I'm thinking we'll try and make like an open station here. So we'll have some logs chilling like this with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe space in between. Sure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll do that on both sides. And I promise you, once we take away the beacon, that's gonna look a lot better. So over here, 1, 2, 3 away. Yeah, that's gonna give us plenty of space, and also make sure that this looks a little bit more like a station. We could even do like an overlaying log up here, and then you kind of enter the mines this way, right? Now, I do want the mines to be fully functional, as I've been saying, and a fully functional mine, you wouldn't dig more than like 3 blocks, so it's gonna look pretty bad. So I probably want to have some sort of wall where we can enter the mines and we don't have to look into, because I'm not gonna go over and change out all the diorite and stuff inside the mines. So we'll probably seal that area off. But before we get to that, let's talk about the storage situation, because I think that's what I want to focus on today, or at least first. And I'm thinking this side here is actually quite perfect for it. We can't really mine this way. Well, we could, but after like 500 blocks or so, we're back in the old chunks. So I'm thinking we'll put the storage room up underneath this section here. Realizing that I'm completely out of spruce wood and wanting to use a lot of spruce wood for this, I'm having to do a session of mining down spruce trees, which I gotta say, even though I'm not a big fan of mining trees or chopping trees, chopping down spruce is quite alright actually. I don't know about you guys, but it's like, it's a pretty nice thing. It's a pretty calm thing to do, isn't it? It's like you have your 2x2, you have maybe 3 or 4 of these so that the leaves can despawn. The wonderful stress monster actually sponsored me with some bone meal earlier, which makes this even easier. And then, okay, well, this tree got messed up. Here I am demonstrating the ease of chopping trees, and this got messed up. Okay, so let's talk about the floor first. So we're gonna have the storage room there. And the floor down here, I think is going to be important for our brains to understand how this will look. I definitely want to have some sort of spruce variant floor, and maybe, most likely, I think I've done a similar style to this before. I think it was in Hermitcraft Season 4. But I want to take it to the next level today and make it look so good down here. Like cozy and why would it be cozy in a mine? I don't actually know. But yeah, mixing in dirt, even with the new roundish bubbly textures, still works. I think it still looks really good. So that's going to be for the floor. And then we'll make sure to keep things like crafting benches. Definitely make things... Let's just try freestyling some stuff here. We'll definitely make things like spruce trapdoors. I was considering, because the dark oak looks so good... Usually people like to do this. They mix up the dark oak and spruce to get a little bit of a texture change. In the past versions of Minecraft with the other textures, I've not ever liked that. I think it looks too chocolatey. But this actually doesn't look too bad. I think that looks pretty good to have an... It's not a pattern. It's kind of like wet wood right there. I've always been a big fan of mixing up oak logs in this as well. I don't know if that's still a thing. Let's have a look. Oh, that is definitely still a thing, isn't it? Yeah, that looks good. Basically, I just want a rough floor here. And let's try another thing. We got these blocks now. Oh, they are gorgeous, man. We can definitely use them for stuff. What if I would do something like this? Just real quick. And... Oh, wow. Even like just removing 1 or 2... making it look like the bark is debarked, which is actually exactly what's happened. I didn't realize how good they look. Do I have to be on fire as well? Okay. Yeah, nice. That came falling down. I bet you there's more to this mineshaft that we yet haven't discovered as well. I just love building with wood in this game. It's just, oh, it's such a fun thing to do. And last season... I didn't get the opportunity to do what, like, to build with wood. And it felt very weird. But anyway, take a look at this already. I widened this a little bit. And I'm kind of wondering if I want the storage room to just be sitting on this wall. Which would probably be the easy way of making it. Or if we want it to be a little bit more interesting than that. Because essentially, I don't actually even know how I want this to look on the front face, but we're definitely gonna go with some sort of background wood. We could maybe here use the bark for this. If I mix it up, is that a good thing? I mean, if I lay them back and forth like this, that's a pretty cool pattern actually. I do like that. It's a pretty cool pattern. I don't know if it will work for this wall though. It may look a little bit weird. But it's always a good thing to change the wall color up from the floor. And since we're using spruce on the floor, yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. But essentially, I gotta figure out how I want this to look. Because I want to sort out cobblestone. Is this it? Cobblestone, andesite. Gravel, smooth stone. Because sometimes we will be chopping with a silk touch. Dirt, bird poop, and garbage. We could set up a burner for these two, and then I would like one chest or one storage output that gives me all the different ores, all the silk touch variants and all the other variants. So that will be an overflow chest. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I would need 7 sorting units. And in addition, because of ease to transport stuff home, I would want it to end up in shulker boxes. Shulker boxes. And possibly, to make it look good, I don't know though. Maybe I want it to be shulker boxes in a minecart with a chest. Oh, what do you know? Our first diamonds of the mine. Yay! 4 from 3. Come on, that's not That's not looking particularly good. Is there any more here? No. Okay. So guys, I've done some work on the place here, and dude, I'm enjoying this. It's extremely challenging because there's no symmetry to the madness. There's the minecart rail is coming down here, so this wall isn't the same as this wall, etc, etc. But I installed some sort of thing here, and I don't love these. These are what was I thinking? What was I thinking? But apart from that, I think it looks pretty nice. And these here, terrible. It's weird how I've been sitting here doing this now for the past hour, and like I thought the dark oak stuff there looked good, and now I just like hate them. This looks a little bit weird. It's a minecart track coming down, and maybe I'd do some differences there, but I kind of like the idea that it's a little bit broken up. Maybe a little bit too messy though. We'll see. Once the beacon moves, it's going to be easier to look or to see. And then over here is where we're going to put the storage system. So I dug out a little bit of a space, and I may need some more space as well. I'm not entirely sure. We're going to need, how many did we say? Crap, I moved it up. I think we need 6 different sorters. 6 sorters, and then I want to build a shulker box loader as well. Which I was just asking Izuma if the ilmangos work still, the ilmango design that I used last season, because it's really good. But apparently it's not supposed to work according to some people, but Izuma says now that it's gonna work. So we'll see if I use that. But what is he saying? When you set it up, it's easy to set it up in the wrong state, so it rejects the shulker boxes. Yeah, I know about that. It's a little bit tricky to put up together. But okay, so I'm probably going to install ilmango's shulker box loader. But the problem is, guys, look at this. This is all the iron that we have. And that's the iron that I've got from digging this place out. I may have some up in the chests. There's one ore there. But long story short, I'm gonna need a lot more resources to put this storage system up. Because, yeah, it's, you know, hoppers. We're gonna need a lot of hoppers and a lot of other things as well. So I'm gonna actually do a 1-hour mining session in the mines, and it feels really good to be able to do that. I realized as well that this is not centered, so I gotta be a little bit careful. But this is kind of gonna be a fun start to this whole mine, and maybe I'll get to move the beacon as well. But I'm just gonna destroy the world, and I think we have enough space to say that over here is where the entrance to the mines will be, and then we can make some kind of debris room here. I think will look really cool, which means that everything... Oh no, we're in an extreme hills. I remember now. Oh god, no. I hate those things. But anyway, that means that everything inside this wall I can chop down and hopefully get myself a few stacks of iron doing so. Oh, I do enjoy super mining. I really enjoy super mining. It's the best form of mining. Although I absolutely love super mining, I am not doing fantastic. In all this place, I've managed to get... Well, the last pieces are smelting up here. Is there anything more in here? Nope. I managed to get a total of 2.5 stacks. That's pretty bad. I'm going to have to use the gold that I find, I think, and replace this. I think I can do this, right? It doesn't shut the beacon off. Because I'm in serious need of iron to even make this function. Like, I picture that I need maybe 6 stacks of iron to make all the hoppers needed. But I need to go back to the home to repair my pickaxe because it is out of juice. And I think I may have like half a stack there as well, so I'm going to pick that up. One thing that would make our super mine super good would be if I could find a... is this the right way? This is south. That's the wrong way. Would be if I could find a spawner like super close to that mine down there and make like a mending farm, so you just go there to mend your pickaxe. I think I'm gonna try and work that out regardless in the future. That's just something that would make it so much better, not having to travel back. I also do need to pop over to the nether and collect some quartz, because we're gonna need a bunch of comparators and observers and all that stuff. So yeah, this should be great fun though. This storage room is gonna be fantastic. I have the best idea in my mind right now. I'm gonna blow you guys' mind, maybe. Well, you've probably seen it before, but I was super excited. Home sweet home. My pickaxe is repaired. Ooh, I got a guardian head as a present. And I noticed that I gotta refill my food. I'm gonna continue with the golden carrots. I think we're worth it for sure. So I think I got all the materials that we need, hopefully, to start this storage system. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit worried. I don't know if this is gonna work out. I don't know if it's gonna look great. Both things that are kind of important for us. But I've dug out some more space here. And yeah, it's gonna be a little bit tight there with the minecart track above it. But basically, we got 8 different outputs. And I think whenever you do a storage system, I think the very first thing you want to figure out is the input and the output. And I guess also the center of this thing. We gotta get this right. So granite is disgusting and ugly, but that's a good marker block right there. Looks to be the center. So that's the very first thing you want to do all times, I feel. So maybe our input will be on the floor here, like where this trapdoor is. So we open this up, we have a chest, we put the stuff in, and it gets sent off to the system. I am worried that it won't be quick enough, but I think that's the go-to plan. And then the output, I've laid out the blocks here, the emerald ore representing everything else. So all the different ore types will go into one output chest. Now remember, we wanted to sort through our items and then we wanted to load it into shulker boxes. So I am going to be using Ilmango's loading system, and I hope that still works. I've read that it doesn't, but Izuma says that it does. I'm going to trust my fellow hermit and just try it out, and hopefully it does work. Now my plan, to make this a little bit more interesting and not just chests sitting in the side here, even though it's not as efficient, I think I do want to have minecarts keeping the stuff. And maybe, let's see if we can figure this out. This is actually going to be quite important. Maybe we can use some kind of trapdoors, like right here, that we can close, because I don't want the minecart to be able to move. See, that's very, very important. I don't want the minecart to be able to move, so there would be a block behind it. It would be sitting like that. We would remove the rails, and it would have an input. Oh, why did that? Ah, that's annoying. Can I not get it to face this way? Or is it dependent on where I break the rail from? Huh. It won't actually look at me. That's kind of weird. Has that always been like that? Oh, jeez. Okay, I guess we'll have to have the rail there. I don't think that really matters. And then actually we'll have a hopper on the back facing into that. That's going to be our input. So our items, our shulker boxes will be loaded from the back of this. Apart from that, this is going to be using the Ilmango design. So I will put that down in the description, I should say as well. I take no credit for this. It's a fantastic design that he has come up with. And I'm going to actually have to watch the tutorial whilst I do this, because it's been a while since I did it. But long story short, our shulker box will be sitting on top here. That will be our shulker box. We'll have a dispenser that I made, sure. And I guess I gotta figure out how we load this so that we don't interact with the track, and so that we can make everything look pretty. Because I really feel like making a storage system is one thing, making it pretty is another. But yeah, we'll have the dispenser there. That means that our circuits, I'll probably have the dispenser on the other side. Yeah, see, this is why it's important to figure this out. So opposite the dispenser in this system, I think it's the shulker box, a hopper, comparator, and then a redstone. So it's actually, let's see if we can lay that out. Yeah, the circuit space looks like that. So that means that this is not going to work. The input would be on top here. That would probably maybe work, but it's going to be a little bit awkward. So despite it being more expensive, I think it's going to be important to, oops, I didn't want to do that. I think it's going to be important to move this back using a few more hoppers here. So I should have counted out how many we had. If I use 4 hoppers per chest, that's going to cost a lot more hoppers, but At the end of the day, it's also going to give me a lot less headache building this thing. Okay, so I got one of these modules built. Looks like this. And let's just test this before we commit to it. This should work correctly. We got to place the first shulker box down manually. And I filled this with cobblestone. It just needs a little bit more. And then, of course, the dispenser will hold the empty shulker boxes. So our input items are going to come down this line here. So if I put some cobblestone in here, let's just put a little bit more than filling it up entirely. I think it's 16 that it's missing. So emulating that, we got cobblestone coming in from our sorter. This should break that shulker box once full. Put it in the chest and dispense a new one. Please work. That should be 16 items, right? Uh-oh. No. Oh, crap. I forgot to put down a repeater there. Okay, that may actually have ruined it. Let's try that again. And maybe also it needs to be more than 8 in the backlog for this comparator to send the signal through. Yeah, that's another thing. I'll explain how this works because it's not... Ilmango is great at designing these things, but personally I would sometimes like these Redstone Pros to explain a little bit more, so hopefully it can help you guys as well. But yeah, so let's put this back here. Let's emulate the cobblestone, and we're gonna need more than the backlog that we had there. And once this fills up, you should see the backlog starting in there. Yep. Okay, so the way this works is that it reads off of the input of this hopper. Whenever this hopper reaches the second threshold here, which should be 18 items, it's going to send a signal up here, updating the block status of this hopper, I assume, sending a signal over here, down here, and breaking that shulker box by pushing the observer block down. And then because the observer blocks updates the signal, it's going to send a redstone pulse out here, which somehow powers the dispenser. Okay, I'm not 100% sure, I guess. But long story short, if this gets 3 more items, I think it will activate the circuit here. So let's just emulate that. There we go. It broke the shulker box, and it actually looked like it worked. Nice. Yes. Okay. Okay. And now it's filling the next shulker box. So it works. I mean, it is not my design, but that's a working circuit. So it has costed me every single piece of iron I had, and then some. I had to go for another hour or so mining session, and yeah, it's pretty bad. But hopefully this works, and honestly, like, I think it's totally worth it if we have to spend all of our iron now on getting a system that will just make mining so much better the entire season. Then I'm just like a happy guy, you know. So we got a sorting system on top of this. Basically the classic way of filtering through items. We're gonna try if this works. This is gonna be our input right here. We don't have enough iron to create the input right now at this moment, but we can set up the filters, and that is looking fantastic. All right, I renamed some cobblestone filter. That way this will just make sure to filter through the right stuff. And I guess we could put smooth stone in here. We actually do want to put in like more than it can have, just to see so that this is working. But it looks like it is perfectly. Okay, so that's not a good sign. Why did that click? I have broken some stuff in between here, like out of the shulker box loader. So, and I am still worried that like something is not going to work, reading all the comments about that shulker system not working. But all in all, I hope and think that this would work. Okay, so we got all of the pretty stones. Now time for the garbaggio stuff. I guess we'll start with dirt. Granite and diorite is in as well. Okay, nice. So I wonder why there was like a... Ah, yeah, that's not good. Why did that happen? It only happened on one as well. And that exact thing actually happened before. So hopefully it was just because I'd like broken something in the past and the circuit needed a reset or whatever. But long story short, cobblestone goes in there, smooth stone there, andesite, gravel. Nice, that's looking really good. Okay, so we're gonna test this out. I haven't filled it with shulker boxes yet, and we don't have enough drops, but just to give this a test, we could just drop things in here, and hopefully at the end here I have the an empty hopper for now, which should pick up all the ores and stuff. So if I throw in all my granite and diorite, and I gotta make sure to not throw in the renamed items, we should see all of this being sorted correctly. Those things goes to the end. Perfect. And did that just pick things up super quick? 32 cobblestone. No, that didn't go well. That didn't go well at all. Oh man, do I need to align them maybe towards the glass? Because we want them to travel here. Okay, so let's try this again with a corner here. And the idea is that they're now going to be pushed towards the hoppers. Hopefully. Go. Oh, and maybe we need ice there, because I did change out that corner. That looked a lot better, though. A lot better. Or we just... Wait a minute. Let's change that for a normal block. Okay, let's try this again. This is the first time in a very long time where I use one of these water streams to filter. I usually just use hoppers, but I thought this is gonna be quicker and cheaper. Ah, that didn't get... Not everything got picked up there. Did anything get picked up, I wonder? Yeah. A lot of it did get picked. I guess, yeah, it's not gonna ever come in a stack like that. It's gonna come like this. Yeah, and that's important. Okay, so that works. Unfortunately, there was more clicking, which is scary. Andesite. That works. Okay, good. Why is there clicking, though? No, what is going on here? Why would it be doing this? I think that's exactly what I read would be the issue with this. That basically the piston acts too quickly. Like the pulse that it gets is too short. Oh, and there's a missing repeater there as well. Uh-oh. Okay, so I think what I want to do here is increase this length. Just set them to 4. Because what's happening is this pulse is not pulling the block back. And hopefully that fixes that issue. So let's see if what I did here fixed this. Yes. 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 Iskal, you're so smart. That seemed to have actually fixed that. So that's perfect. And I think we could, you know what? I'm gonna load this with shulker boxes. I think I have enough. All right. Are we ready for this? I am so worried that this won't work. But let's try it. I'm gonna emulate myself being a dropper, okay? Don't freaking judge me. I'm a dropper-airy. So we do know that the filter should be working. Oh, and we heard something. Nice. Uh-oh. I shouldn't hear that more than once, though. So that's a bit worrying. Please, 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 thing. Oh, it has loaded the shulker box next to it, and it has cycled through all of these. That's not good. Guys, I think we have success. Did I jinx it? I think we have success. I haven't heard it. I haven't heard it go once. Okay, that's fine that happened. That's probably just because I'm throwing them quicker than they will be traveling. Because, like, if we fill up the hoppers here, yeah, it's gonna get stuck. But, if we would have a dropper doing exactly what I'm doing, everything looks to be fine, actually. Which means that all of these hoppers should be empty, and we should have started to load the shulker boxes. Yes! Okay, so that may have fixed it. That may have fixed the issue. So probably the only reason it didn't work was because I didn't preload it with the shulker boxes, which I knew you're supposed to do. I just thought that I could get around it. But ladies and gentlemen, we have got, even though we need to add an input to it, right there where that ice block comes out, we've actually got a working shulker box loader storage system for our supermine. It's a super system for our supermine. It's no matter how hard I try, this just ends up looking like a face. Now it's much better. At one stage, I should have recorded that maybe, but at one stage, I could clearly see a fish face in it. But so, okay, I'm trying to go with this new block here. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. This wood is just, yeah, it looks good, I think. It looks really good. But maybe I've over-applied it now. I don't know. It's been a very long day. That was wrong, by the way. Boop. Do something like that. I've tried to not keep everything completely symmetrical with it. And I gotta say, like, I do like this. It's just, the more I add, the more I want to take away the spruce, which is never a good sign. But anyway, I think I'm happy with that. Trying to make it not look like a face and this being the teeth and stuff. Now we're gonna add a really cool touch, and this is completely inspired by something that I saw Zombie Cleo had done in town, which is just fantastic. We're gonna go back and use the amazing data pack or whatever it is that gives us these special armor stands, and we're gonna use this. Actually, wow, I fly. What the crap, dude? Is that my knockback? I think it is. Yeah, I'm gonna use this to indicate, like, to create item frames. So if I give this dude a cobblestone piece, can you not take a cobblestone piece, maybe? Oh, you should be able to, dude. Okay, hold on. Check target. Yes. Maybe I have to give him arms. Yes. Can I give you a cobblestone? Oh, yeah, I can. Okay, nice. Look at that. So now, if we make this dude invisible, stand visible, no. Right? And look at that. We got a floating cobblestone. And then we start pushing him back. I can't remember. We do need to do apply gravity. No. And once again, this thing is available on the Reddit, I think it is. If you want to have this on your own server. I personally, like, I like the fact that we are still playing vanilla. But I really feel that things like this just make the game so much more interesting. And look at that. With a little bit of magic moving the guy, moving the guy back and forth. It looks like there's a cobblestone piece just laying on top of this. And I guess, okay, so here's an issue though. We can't access the chest because the armor stand is in front of it. Oh no, okay, didn't think about that. I'm pretty sure we can make this. Can I make him small? Alright, after a few minutes playing around with this is just, I can't stop. This is too much fun. Oh my goodness, it's so cool. Alright, maybe I do, It's kind of hard to get the, because I don't want them to be looking exactly the same. I think that would be bad. If I now move the whole guy, yeah. You see, it's like... Slowly but surely. That still doesn't look great. I don't like that they have the same rotation. But, I mean... Oh, this is just fantastic. This is just fantastic. The stone looks a little bit wonky. But you get the idea. So we got andesite, we got smooth stone, we got cobblestone. Oh my goodness. The mine, ladies and gentlemen. It's got a brand new storage system. And I thought my dishwasher just went off. But it's the beacon. Oh, this is perfect. This is so perfect. I think the next stage for this is to move the beacon out of here and get this room completely finished. Install a mega furnace on the side and also work out the entrance for the place. We didn't get to do the track today. Actually, I focused too much on the storage system, but I feel like that was a good choice because it's going to be important that we have a proper storage system. But with that said, that's going to do it for today. I'm going to install a door here actually. There. But yeah, with that said, that's going to do it for today. This door will just allow me to get in here and fill up shulker boxes when I need to. I may want to borrow some ladders here that I break with my sword because I'm a Viking. But yeah, it will allow me to go in here and fill it with shulker boxes in these chests. But like I said, that's going to do it for today, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I have time for. I've run out of time. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I'm going to hopefully get to do this in between episodes. I got a little bit more time where I can just play and can't really record, so it's a good time for that. I may also finish up the floor here and just in general finish up this room until we come back next time. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Like I said, have a fan-freaking-tastic evening. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. And I will see you dudes in the next episode.